Bhakti yogena sevate sagunam samadhityaitam brahmaboyaya kalpate bhaktayo vyabhecharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunam samadhityaitam brahmaboyaya kalpate mamchayo vyabhecharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunam samadhityaitam brahmaboyaya kalpate. Mam
unto me.
unto me.
Cha
Cha
also
ya
a person who
person
avyabhicharena
avyabhacharena
without fail, bhakti yogena
bhakti yogena
by devotional service,
by devotional service
sevate
sevate
render service,
renders service
sa he
he
gunan
gunan
the modes of material nature,
modes of material nature
samatitya
samatitya
transcending
transcending
etan
ita
all
all
these
this
Brahma
brahmaboyaya
elevated to the drum platform,
elevated to the Brahman platform
Kalpate
kalpate
becomes.
becomes.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahma. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This verse is a reply to Arjuna's third question: what is the means of attaining to the transcendental position? As explained before, the material world is acting under the spell of the modes of material nature. One should not be disturbed by the activities of the modes of nature. Instead of putting his consciousness into such activities, he may transfer his consciousness to Krishna activities. Krishna activities are known as Bhakti Yoga, always acting for Krishna. This includes not only Krishna, but his different plenary expansions such as Ram and Narayan. He has innumerable expansions. One who is engaged in the service of any of the forms of Krishna or of his plenary expansions is considered to be transcendently situated. One should also know that all the forms of Krishna are fully transcendental, blissful, full of knowledge and eternal. Such personalities of Godhead are omnipotent and omniscient, and they possess all transcendental qualities. So if one engages himself in the service of Krishna or his plenary expansions with unfailing determination, although these modes of material nature are very difficult to overcome, one can overcome them easily. This has already been explained in the 7th chapter. One who surrenders unto Krishna at once surmounts the influence of the modes of material nature. To be in Krishna consciousness or in devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna. The Lord says that his nature is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. And the living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme, as gold particles are part of gold mine. Thus, the living entity in his spiritual position is as good as gold, as good as Krishna in quality. The difference of individuality continues. Otherwise, there would be no question of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means that the Lord is there, the devotee is there, and the activity of exchange of love between the Lord and the devotee is there. Therefore, the individuality of two persons is present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the individual person. Otherwise, there would be no meaning of Bhakti Yoga. If one is not situated in the same transcendent position with the Lord, one cannot serve the Supreme Lord. To be a personal assistant to a king, one must acquire the qualifications. Thus, the qualification is to become Brahm. or freed from all material contamination. It is said in the Vedic literature, Brahmaiva san Brahma piyeti. One can attain the supreme Brahm by becoming Brahm. This means that one must qualitatively become one with the Brahm. By attainment of Brahm, one does not lose his eternal Brahm identity as an individual soul. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So each one of us is an individual soul. An individual soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is transcendental, spiritual, Sat Chit Anand. So being part and parcel of Krishna, we are also spiritual. We are also transcendental. The soul is also transcendental. The soul is also spiritual, Sat Chit Anand. But Krishna is Vibhu, huge, and we are Anu, small, tiny. And being tiny, we are marginal energy. Krishna has three energies: spiritual, marginal, and inferior, material. Spiritual or superior, marginal, and material or inferior. So we are spiritual energy, superior energy. But being marginal, it is possible for the soul, for the jiva, to come under inferior energy. Just like a human person is definitely superior to a cigarette or alcohol. But by consuming alcohol or smoking cigarette, eventually he can get addicted and come under that substance. And now he cannot live without it, like drugs. So even though we are superior and spiritual, but being marginal, it is possible for us to come under inferior energy, under material energy. Just like the shore of the ocean, the beach. It is land, but sometimes it can come under ocean, under water, when there is high tide, or when the water comes, increases, overflows. Then there is no longer shore, it is ocean. But when it is low tide, again, it is land. So even though it is land, it can come under the ocean. So even though the soul is spiritual, but can come under material. Coming under material energy means developing a desire to enjoy independent of Krishna. Being part and parcel of Krishna, we have all the qualities which Krishna has. Krishna has that in unlimited quantity, and we have it in limited quantity, finite quantity, tiny. But whatever qualities Krishna has, we also have. And whatever qualities we have, that comes from Krishna. So if you see somebody very beautiful, then we should understand that beauty comes from Krishna, who is Bhuvana Sundar, who is beauty of the whole universe, who is extremely 100% beautiful. When Krishna was once walking in Dwaraka in his palace, then the pillars had big diamonds. And and they act as a mirror. So he saw his own reflection in the mirror, and he stopped and he said, "Who is this beautiful boy?" So Krishna got attracted to his own beautiful reflection. He's so beautiful. So if you find somebody strong, then their strength comes from Krishna. He is super strong. If you find somebody kind, that kindness comes from Krishna. He has 100% kindness. If you find somebody honest, that honesty comes from Krishna. If you find somebody thief, that stealing comes from Krishna. He is butter thief, makhan chor. But the difference is when he steals, he is worshipped. If we steal, we are put into jail. So all the qualities we have come from Krishna. And all the qualities Krishna has, we have in tiny quantity. So one of the quality Krishna has is called Swarat. Swarat means fully independent, completely free. Whatever he wants, he can do. No question asked. There's nobody to ask him why. Why you are wearing yellow dhoti? Why not pink dhoti? Generally, or why you uh, took birth in Vrindavan? Why not in Manila? Or why you are wearing peacock feather? Why not pigeon feather? No question asked. He will say my wish. Swara, fully independent. So being part and parcel, we also have some independence, some free will. We are not stones. Stones don't have free will, but the souls have free will. So we have some free will. And why Krishna has given us free will? Why Krishna has given us that freedom? For a very big purpose. And the purpose is so that we love Him. To love Krishna requires free will, requires freedom, requires choice. We choose to love Krishna. We use our free will to love Krishna. We cannot love Krishna by force. Krishna cannot force us to love us. Love is not by force. Love is by choice. So we use our free will, we use our swatantra, we use our freedom to love Krishna. So love is by choice, not by force. Choice means we can choose not to love Krishna. When we love Krishna, we serve Krishna. When we serve Krishna, Krishna is happy. And when Krishna is happy, we are happy because we are his part and parcel. Just like the ocean, if you put red color in the ocean, the drop also becomes red because the drop is part of the ocean. If you take care of the body, all the body parts are also taken care. If you feed the stomach, the hand is also fed because hand is part of the stomach. In the same way, because we are part of Krishna, when Krishna is happy by our service, automatically we feel happy. Just like during festival, especially Janmashtami, we have Radha Madhav deities and we do Abhishek at night 12 o'clock. We pour ghee, milk, curd, and rose water, and colorful water, and fruit juice, and honey. And thousands of people are watching it and they are happy watching it. If one of you is put on the table and we put honey and ghee on you, we do your Abhishek, would thousands of people come and watch? And would they be happy? Would you be happy? But when Krishna is worshipped, everybody is happy. Why? Because everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. So Abhishek is not happening for you. Birthday is not your, there is no celebration for you. The celebration for Krishna. Krishna is getting nice clothes, nice ornaments, nice garlands, nice Abhishek, nice food. And we are happy. Why? Because we are his part and parcel. So when we serve Krishna by our choice, that's love. And when we serve him with love, he becomes happy. And when he is happy, we are happy. But some souls may think, why to serve him? Why not I serve myself? And directly become happy. That is called misuse of free will, misuse of independence. And such souls, they come down, that is called fall down. So when they come down in the material existence, the soul becomes conditioned, constitutional and conditional. Constitutional means naturally serving Krishna. Constitutional position means natural position of serving Krishna. Conditional position means trying to serve myself, my sense gratification. So the soul is constitutionally servant of Krishna. But when he misuses the free will and wants to enjoy separately from Krishna, he comes to Manila, he comes to Philippines, or he comes to Earth planet, or material existence, material universe. Here he comes under Maya, under material nature. And material nature influences the consciousness of the soul in three categories. And those three categories are called three modes of material nature: Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Or in English, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. These three are influencing us, and that's why our behavior is not natural, it's unnatural, it's artificial. As soon as we see something to eat, we get attracted. That is our behavior. Actual behavior should be, as soon as we see something to enjoy, we should offer it to Krishna, because we are his servants. But we are thinking of our enjoyment. That is because we are conditioned by the three modes. So we are having unnatural behavior. So when somebody is conditioned by mode of goodness, he may have a good behavior, but still he is conditioned. He may be a kind-hearted person, good gentleman, good qualities, but he is still conditioned by knowledge, by happiness, by satisfaction. Somebody under mode of passion will have lots of desires, lots of longings, lots of ambitions, motivated to earn more and more and do fruitive activities. So he is conditioned by fruitive activity, whole day active working, like businessman. And somebody is conditioned by mode of ignorance, he sleeps a lot, he is mad, he procrastinates, he is lazy, he keeps pending his work, and he has no intelligence, he is like a fool, sometimes very active, sometimes very sleepy. So that's mode of ignorance. So a soul comes under the three modes, and these modes are very, very difficult to overcome. Mama Maya Durataya. Krishna's Maya is very difficult to overcome. Just like at night, mode of ignorance is influencing us and we feel sleepy. And it's very difficult to overcome sleep. Just try to be awake whole night, very difficult. In the daytime, there are desires we want to fulfill. Mode of passion is very heavy. And we feel, I should do something, fulfill my desire, I should work. And early morning and Sandhya time, there is mode of goodness, we feel calm, we feel peaceful, we want to do something nice. So mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, they are everywhere. And whatever we do is under the three modes. We are not free to act. We are acting under the influence of three modes. But we think we are free, that is illusion. Like night you are feeling sleepy. You are not choosing to sleep, that's not your choice. The mode of ignorance is forcing you to sleep. Daytime you are actively working because greed is there, desires are there. Mode of passion is forcing us to work to fulfill our desire. A child sees a toy and starts crying. Rajogun is there in the child, mode of ignore passion. So because mode of passion influencing the child, as soon as he sees a toy, he wants the toy. If he doesn't get the toy, then he becomes angry and he cries in high volume right on the street or in the shop. That is mode of ignorance. The passion becomes ignorance. So when the child sees the toy, the passion influences him to demand it. And when the mother or father says no, then the passion turns into ignorance and the child starts crying in high volume. So this is all the influence of modes. We are not free to do it. And because of the influence of modes, we get entangled. Because of the influence of modes, we want our senses to come in contact with sense objects. The eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, five senses and there are millions of sense objects, and we want our eyes to come in contact with some beautiful scenery or beautiful shapes. With our nose, we want to come in contact with nice fragrance. With our ears, we want to come in contact with melodious music, sound. With our tongue, we want to come in contact with tasty items to eat. And with our skin, we want to come in contact with soft or pleasant surfaces to touch. In summertime, we want to come in contact with cooling surface. And in cold season, we want to come in contact with hot surface, warm surface, right? In summer, we want cold water to shower and drink. In winter, we want hot water to shower and drink. So that's how our skin demands. So when the senses come in contact with sense objects, we feel some joy, we feel some happiness, we feel some relief from material miseries. But actually, we get entangled in Maya. We don't know. Just like there was a mouse, rat, in a field, very big field, empty field, full of sand, and the mouse was having tough time because it was summer season, afternoon time, and the sand was very hot. So the mouse cannot stay in the hot sand; it would burn him. He cannot sit, he cannot walk, he cannot sleep, he cannot stand. So what will the mouse do? It will run. It will keep running, running, running in the circles. But how many hours the mouse can run? The mouse wants some relief, some shade, but there is no shade. Running, running, running. At one point, the mouse came. It was shady, cool. He felt very nice. That wow, very nice shade, very nice cool. He felt relief, so he stood there. What was that shade? It was shadow of a cobra. So when the mouse came at the shade and felt cool, after 1 minute, the cobra ate the mouse. This is story of mouse. This is story of us. We feel miseries in the world, cycle of birth and death, and disease and old age, and so many miseries by coming in contact with so many people, including family members. So we keep running in the cycle of birth and death, finding some relief, and people try to find relief by going to restaurant, by going to bar, by smoking cigarette, by drinking alcohol, by shopping, by taking a walk in the park, by reading novels, by traveling for vacation, by eating something nice, by hearing some nice songs. Every time we try to find a relief when our senses come in contact with sense objects, but we don't know there's a cobra. We get entangled in the material nature and we have to visit hellish planets for suffering. So Arjuna, when he heard this, he asked Krishna that it is very difficult to come out of material nature. It is very difficult to come out of Maya. It is very difficult to come out of modes of material nature. But there should be some way out. How can we come out? Please explain. This is a very important question. We are stuck now in the material nature. We may not understand how we are stuck, and that's fine. But at least we should know the solution of how to come out. For example, if you are diseased, you may not understand the infection, you may not understand the disease, but at least you need the medicine. When you take the medicine, you get cured. So if I am fallen in the, somebody is fallen in the ocean and is drowning, and one ship comes, and the captain of the ship throws a rope. He said, my dear friend, please catch the rope and come up. I will save you. He says, no, no. First tell me, how did I fall down? So, how did you fall down, whether you know or don't know? You still have to catch the rope to come out. So how we get entangled in this material world is not easy, it's very complicated. But we should know how to come out, and that is this verse in which Krishna says that one who engage in unfailing devotional service can quickly come out of this material modes and reach to the Brahma platform, reach to the transcendental platform, reach to Satchidananda. So one should practice devotional service unfailingly with full determination. And when we do that, we come out of this material nature. There is one Gandharva. You know Gandharva? Gandharva from Gandharva Loka. Gandharva Loka is planet in Swargaloka, heavenly planet. And all the Gandharvas are very nice singers and musicians. They sing nicely and they play nice music. So there is one Gandharva whose name is Upabarhan. Upabarhan. And he is a celebrity in Gandharva Loka. So he has lots of fan following. So he's very rich, very opulent, wearing nice costumes and nice ornaments and nice garlands and lots of fan following, female fan following. So there will always female fans around him, talking and joking with him. So he will always have his lusty desires. So one day the senior demigods and Prajapatis in the heavenly planet, they arranged a 24-hour Kirtan program. Like nowadays we call it Kirtan Mela. 24-hour Kirtan program. So they invited different singers to come and sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So they invited Upabharan also, you come and sing. So Upabharan came with his female friends, girlfriends, wearing nice, attractive clothes and garments and ornaments and garlands. And he sat on the stage with his girlfriend around and he started singing glorification of demigods just to please the girlfriends. Instead of Krishna Kirtan, he started singing demigod songs, glorifying the demigods. So the Prajapatis got very angry, the senior demigods. They said, Upabharan, you did an offense. The first offense you did, you came to a Vaishnava program, a Vaishnava festival with girlfriends. Even in a temple, when we come for Vaishnava activity, devotional activity, even the husband and wife sit separately, they don't sit together. He is coming with girlfriends. That is offense. And second biggest offense is instead of glorifying Krishna, he started glorifying somebody else. So they caused him to become a very poor person in the earth planet. And he was born in a very poor family. Mother is very poor, no father, and mother used to with very great difficulty maintain the child by working in different houses as maid servant. So one day, four pure devotee sadhus came to mother's house and they said, can we stay for 4 months at your place? And the mother said, yes, welcome. See, serving Vaishnava guest is very essential. So four pure devotees stayed in her house, poor lady's house, for 4 months and she supplied prasad. And that small boy, 5-year-old, he would not do much service because 5-year-old boy, how much he can do? But sometimes he will give some prasad, he will bring cloth, he will give water. And these four devotees, they would do Mangal Aarti, they would do class, they would do discussion, they would do Kirtan, Tulsi Aarti. And he would just sit there, seeing what they are doing. And gradually, they blessed him, gave him prasad from their plate, Mahaprasad. And they left after 4 months. Few days later, the mother went to the Goshala to collect milk from the Gomata, cow. And one snake bit her and she died. And this 5-year-old boy, nobody in the house, alone, and the dead body of mother, what should he do? He should cry. But he folded his hand, he said, Krishna, thank you very much. My last attachment is gone. See, 5-year-old boy, how he got this intelligence? Because the four sadhus blessed him. The best way to become a devotee is to receive blessings of a pure devotee. By our effort, it's not easy to become a devotee. But when you get blessing of a devotee, it's very easy to become a devotee. So Vaishnava Seva is most important. More important than serving Krishna is serving a Vaishnava. More important than following the instructions of Krishna is following the instructions of a sadhu, a pure devotee of Krishna. Krishna says to Arjuna in Padma Puran that those who claim to be my devotees are not my devotees. Those who are devotees of my devotees are my real devotees. So we should always engage in the service of devotees. So that 5-year-old boy left his home and traveled far in the forest. And there, after getting fresh by drinking water, he sat under a tree and started chanting the holy name and practicing meditation as the four sadhus taught him. And very soon he saw Vishnu in his heart. He had darshan of Vishnu in the heart. And he was very happy. Every cell of the body was joyful, enlivened. And after some time, the darshan stopped. So he again tried, but he couldn't have darshan. And then Vishnu spoke to him. He said, I gave you darshan just as a sample of my mercy. But unless somebody is completely pure, he cannot see me. So now you continue practicing bhakti, chanting the holy name. We will meet next life. And he continued chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And when he died, he became the son of Brahma, Narad Muni. So this life he is Narad Muni, the great transcendental space. So Narad Muni, previous life he was a son of a poor mother. And before that he was a Gandharva who did offense. But how he became such a pure devotee and transcended the three modes of material nature? Because he chanted the holy name under the guidance of purity. So here Krishna says, one who with full determination practices bhakti, he can come out of the transcendental, he can come out of material modes of nature. So we all have an opportunity in the association of pure devotees and especially founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada, who is empowered representative of Krishna, who started this ISKCON movement by his blessings and the blessings of his devotees, we can easily become successful and become liberated personalities, become transcendental to the entanglement, transcendental to the three modes, if we without failing, with full determination, we continue doing bhakti. So with full determination means we should not miss our rounds, we should not miss our hearing, should not miss our aartis, morning programs, and we should follow four regulatory principles, and we should follow all the do's and don'ts, and we should engage in Krishna's service. We should do it full-fledged. So just as Narad Muni in his previous life is a conditioned soul, but by association of pure sadhus he became transcendental. So we have that opportunity. So we continue to associate with devotees, and we continue to practice bhakti, and we continue to uh, serve Krishna with our best capacity. We can transcend the three modes of material nature by surrendering to Krishna. It is not possible just by our effort, but it's possible when we surrender to Krishna. So this process of surrender is what Srila Prabhupada has taught us. So this sadhana bhakti which we do, we follow the regulatory principles of bhakti, do's and don'ts of bhakti. If we do that, we can easily surrender to Krishna, and Krishna will accept us. So we have this human form of life. In the animal form of life, we cannot hear a class like this and get inspired to do. We cannot make animals sit here and attend the class. So humans can sit here, attend the class, get inspired that yes, I should become a devotee of Krishna. I should do service to Krishna. I am a servant of Krishna. So human form of life is the only form where we can exit the cycle of birth. But if we foolishly miss it, then again next life we become animal. What is the use? So this life is not for earning money. This life is not for earning name and fame. This life is not for becoming a big person. Yeah, that is there to maintain the body. But the goal of life is to serve Krishna. The goal of life is not to just eat nice food. The goal of life is to serve Krishna. So we should very seriously engage in Krishna's service, especially everyday chanting minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and morning program. And when we do that, every day, gradually year after year, we become more and more pure, become from ignorance to passion, become from passion to goodness, from goodness we come to pure goodness, and then we exit the material world and go back home, back to Godhead, and eternally serve Krishna in Golok Vrindavan, full of happiness, eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. No more taking birth again in this material existence and going through the cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. So the human form of life is a very great opportunity. By serving Krishna, we can become successful. So we should be very serious now. Okay, we'll end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna. If there are any questions or comments, you will please ask. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, regarding to what you said earlier, so how to transcend by performing devotional service is to transcend the material modes of nature. So can you please elaborate that text or the verse in the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 14, text 26? It is said that one who engage in full devotional service who does not fall down in any circumstances, at once transcend the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Please elaborate this verse.
The whole class was on this verse. That when you serve Krishna, you come out of the three modes. Just like there is an iron rod, and there is fire. These two are very different. Iron and fire are different. Different or same?
Different.
Iron and fire are different. But if you put iron in fire, after few hours that rod will become red hot. And now if you take the rod and touch anywhere, that place will start burning. The iron rod gets the quality of fire. In the same way, we are iron. But when we do devotional service and come in contact with Krishna, we become fiery. We get that quality of Krishna. And Krishna is transcendental, so we have become transcendental. We no longer are we no longer continue to be iron, we become fire. But if you take iron rod out of fire, after few years it will few hours it will cool down. So we should not come out of association of devotees, we should always be in association. Then whoever comes in our contact, they will become Krishna. Okay? Okay. Next question. Yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. By the way, how to maintain the service and the mode of goodness? Because sometimes when we do seva, we are still affected in the three modes of material nature. How are we going to like strive to really like when we serve, we have to strive in that mode of goodness. So what
So,
are the things that we should do?
so our whole day and whole lifestyle should be in mode of goodness. Mode of goodness means based on knowledge. So we should have a simple lifestyle, simple eating, disciplined eating and sleeping, simple wearing, and we should behave with good qualities. So whenever we are about to act or speak or do anything, action, we should think whether it is based on knowledge or based on desire. So if we act based on desire, is mode of passion. If we act based on laziness, is mode of ignorance. If we act based on knowledge, it is mode of goodness. So knowledge means we act based on good qualities, honesty, humility, truthfulness, forgiveness, compassion, tolerance, self-control, austerity, cleanliness, peaceful, wise. These are good qualities. So our behavior should be based on these qualities, not anger, hatred, envy, greed, lust, pride, ambition, false ego, one-upmanship, ownership, selfishness. We should not be acting on this violence, diplomacy, duplicity, political. We should not be acting on these qualities. We should be acting on good qualities. So that's more of goodness. So the more we chant, the more we hear, the more we be devotees in more of goodness, we will acquire those qualities. So we should do more and more chanting, reading, hearing, and be with nice association. So we will always be in more of goodness. Okay? Any more questions? Yeah. Go ahead.
Um, how is it? You mentioned earlier about loving devotional service. How are we going to? Um, what are the things that we have to do to develop appreciation? Because I realize that sometimes in the congregation, I mean like in the temple, we just like don't appreciate each other so much anymore. Like when we had a bhajans there in the land, I realized that each and every one plays in a very important role. Like for example, the pujari, the kirtaniers, the cook, the one who's sweeping the floor. But sometimes appreciation is not really on words, but it's more of like in the heart. And if you appreciate each other, especially your fellow devotees, you develop strong love, and by loving your fellow devotees, you also develop strong love to Krishna. So how are we going to to apply that because I have observed the use that sometimes is affected in the most of material
So
issues.
every service is important, and we should not think one service is greater than other service. Krishna can do anything, but still he engages us. That is his mercy. So whoever does any service, we should have great appreciation for that devotion. Like when Hanuman was uh, serving Lord Ramchandra to make the bridge over the ocean to go to Lanka by bringing big mountains and stones, there was a small squirrel who was putting small dust particles. And when Hanuman was taking big stone slab, the squirrel was coming on the path. So Hanuman saw the squirrel. He said, "Hey squirrel, we are putting big stones. You are putting small dust particles. What is the use of a dust particle? Unnecessary. You will come under my feet and die. Why don't you just stay away from the sight?" Then Lord Ramchandra heard and he came and he chastised Hanuman. He said, "Look, Hanuman, you are doing service as per your bodily capacity. Squirrel is doing service as per squirrel's bodily capacity. For me, both are equal. So we should appreciate everybody's service. With appreciation, you are correct, that transforms to love. And that's how we love Krishna. So we appreciate whatever is happening in the world around us. It's all for us to grow in bhakti. And we appreciate devotees who are around us. And when we are staying with devotees every day, it is possible to become familiar and overlook their contribution or just see some mistakes or weakness or faults. So we should make a conscious effort to appreciate other devotees, understand their valuable contribution. Just like this chair I am sitting, there are four legs. I can't say what three legs are sufficient. If one leg is gone, the chair will fall down. I will fall down. I'll have an accident. In the car, all the four tires are important. Every single part of the car is important. If you remove it, the car will not move. So the cook is important, the cleaning is important, the duty worship is important, the kirtan is important, the management is important, the finance is important, the giving class is important. Every single aspect of the temple, whoever is taking care is important. The driving is important. Everything. So whatever event we are doing today or every day, we see everybody is doing something and then the event happens. And then the service happens. So let's do one quick exercise if you all allow. Is that okay?
Yes.
So I will explain what to do, then we will do. So what we will do is, after I explain, you all will stand up and go around in the room and go to any devotee and have some words of appreciation. Genuinely, honestly, truthfully, not some false flattery. Genuinely, you can say, that day I saw you late night kirtan, or that day the cooking was nice, or I gave a call and you returned back, or you promptly helped me. A genuine experience you have with that devotee. Go and appreciate that devotee. And the devotee who receives it, he can just fold his hands and say thank you. And then change the partner, go to somebody else. So, like this, you at least appreciate 3-4 devotees in the exercise in next 2-3 minutes. Is that okay, we do?
Yes.
Okay, start then. Stand, all of you stand.
Ano ba? Thank you, thank you. Sa lalim lagi nito.
Thank you for always listening. Thank you for always listening. Thank you for visiting the temple. Thank you sa paglalaba always. Kahit ano.
Yeah, go around, change partners.
Thank you for everything. Sorry for our offenses. Thank you for always understanding despite thank you for watching the pod.
Thank you for all the services.
For all kindness and tolerance and humility.
For coming here, for helping
And
us.
their dedication
We
at the services.
appreciate it.
Please forgive us.
Patawarin niyo ako. Patawarin mo ako. Patawarin mo ako.
Okay, okay. Settle down. Okay, settle down. So, I will ask you a question now. I don't tell me what you spoke and don't tell me what you heard. Just share with all of us what you felt. How was the feeling when you did the exercise? Yes.
I feel so much like loving relationship, which sometimes we miss because we are too absorbed in the service.
Yeah, very nice. You feel that loving exchange. What else? Yeah, feel free. Go ahead.
It's like feeling happy.
Feeling happy.
Yeah.
Right. Feeling happy. Peaceful. Nice. And
Remembering how important each and every one is.
yes, that everybody is important. Every wheel is important. Good. Next. You want to contribute, you can feel free.
Stress free.
Stress free, you feel
Yes.
peaceful, you
Yes.
feel light.
Yes.
Just a 2 minute of appreciation to few devotees, you feel so light. Right?
Yes.
So this is something which is very, very important. And you don't need me to come here and do an exercise. Just have a habit of doing it every day. Doesn't take much time. And it has to be naturally done. As you walk or move around and you meet a devotee, naturally you remember something good and say, oh, yesterday's kirtan was first class. Oh, yesterday's class was great. And yesterday's cooking was first class. Prasad was great. And this program you did very nice. Your driving was good. Just one simple statement which will take 2 or 3 seconds. But it may change somebody's day. And it may change your heart. So we should do that and gradually we will learn to increase our appreciation and love for Krishna. Okay? So I very much appreciate that you have participated in this exercise. And as my appreciation, I brought some prasad for all of you. Huh? Sorry?
Prabhuji, we would like to extend our appreciation also for having us good.
I'm very happy to be here with all of you.
We
Very
will surely
nice.
miss the class.
Very nice,
We
loving
learned a
devotees.
lot po talaga.
Yeah, nice, we'll meet again.
Opo.
Come.
How do you feel?
Prabhu, he wants to, BHagavad Prabhu wants to
To say what he felt.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Jagadvandhu Prabhu.
How do you feel after we appreciate each other?
I feel that it's very pleasing to my spiritual master that you already appreciate all my services. Because it is offered, I offer it to my spiritual master.
Very nice.
Sorry.
Our spiritual master will be very happy to know that we are having good relationship with you. Come.
Thank you.
Come. Right. Pitambar. Take more. I gave you one. But take two. And those who are not here can be give to them.
What can I have for Robot Velasco?
Yes. Right.
Rupa.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
His face Gokuleshwar Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, let's have some fruits.
Mm.